Man, Freddie Roach turned up right now, huh? I mean, he on that Tupac shit right now. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Every single time I look at the boxing news, there I see Freddie Roach firing shots at somebody, calling out everybody. I mean, Freddie Roach is calling out everybody right now. In the previous video that I just dropped, I just read you guys part of an interview that Freddie Roach did where he was firing off shots at trainer Robert Garcia. In that interview, he basically said that if Robert Garcia wants to, we can go ahead and set up Pacquiao versus Maidana next. And then in another interview that Freddie Roach did a couple days back, he was basically saying, we're not going to fight Amir Khan because he does too much holding. We would rather fight Danny Garcia. Now, even though Freddie Roach is damn near calling out everyone, he made sure he didn't use the K word or the S word, better known as Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. Now, even though he didn't mention those fighters, I would still give Team Pacquiao a whole lot of credit if Pacquiao got in the ring with a Danny Garcia or a Marcos Maidana fight. I mean, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, we've been watching the Manny Pacquiao rerun for so long, we almost forgot how it feels to see Manny Pacquiao go in the ring with new opposition, with new faces. I mean, we done seen the Pacquiao versus Marquez fight 4 times. We done seen the Pacquiao versus Bradley fight 2 times. It is definitely time for a makeover. Manny Pacquiao needs new dance partners, okay? And I told you guys before that if Manny Pacquiao were to fight the top-notch guys, and the top-notch guys does include fighters like Danny Garcia and Marcos Maidana. If Pacquiao were to get in the ring with these guys, that would be a very difficult fight for Pacquiao to win, okay? First of all, let's just start with Marcos Maidana. This will be a terrific fight for many different reasons. Now, for one reason is because we'll get to gauge Manny Pacquiao's performance in contrast to Floyd Mayweather's performance against Marcos Maidana. We already know both Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, they've shared the same opponent a couple times already, but they haven't done it in a long time. Manny Pacquiao fans would be very eager to see if Manny can do something to Marcos Maidana that Floyd Mayweather could not do. Now, another thing that makes this fight very intriguing is Manny Pacquiao has never been in a ring with a guy that was younger than he is and going to be naturally much bigger than he is with the type of skills of a Marcos Maidana. Now, we already know once again the hypocrisy that exists in the sport of boxing. Floyd Mayweather, even the detractors, they praise Floyd Mayweather, not even realizing it, but they praise Mayweather so much that even when their guy loses to Floyd Mayweather, then they say shit like, well, you know, that loss to Floyd Mayweather doesn't really count because losing to the best fighter of this era is not really that much of a loss, right? Once again, you know, logically, it does not make sense how people try to discredit Floyd, not even realizing that they're actually praising him. I mean, what fighters do we know today that you can actually lose to and someone say, well, that's okay because he lost to that guy, so that's not even really a loss on your record. So the point that I'm making is if they think this way about Floyd, you know, against Marcos, or I'm sorry, if they think this way about Marcos Maidana losing to Floyd Mayweather, then you can almost say that they don't even look at that as a loss, and then you could just basically say that Marcos Maidana is in some ways coming off of still the biggest win of his career, which is against Adrien Broner, all right? Not only that, but even in the Floyd Mayweather fight, Marcos Maidana lost, but he did exceptionally well. The fact that he gave Floyd Mayweather possibly one of his toughest fights, if not the toughest fight, that is still somewhat of a victory in microcosm. So when it comes to the fans saying that, I actually agree with the casual fans, okay? Yeah, losing to Floyd Mayweather and making it a very competitive fight, that does make you look good, which is the exact reason why Marcos Maidana's recent resume would really help promote a Pacquiao versus Marcos Maidana fight. Now, even though Manny Pacquiao won at least 10 or 11 rounds out of 12 against Brandon Rios, there was still some things in that fight that I thought expose Manny Pacquiao. And I think a fighter like Marcos Maidana, who is much better than Brandon Rios, he would take advantage of those vulnerabilities in Manny Pacquiao's game plan. But at the same time, Manny Pacquiao, he still has great foot movement. He still has great angles and speed. So that would be a very competitive fight. Now, moving on to Danny Garcia. This fight right here would really be interesting, would really be an intriguing fight because Danny Garcia is such an intelligent boxer. I know a lot of people consider Danny Garcia just a wild punch and swinger. I don't see Danny Garcia as that. Danny Garcia, he knows how to box. He does throw a lot of hooks. He does throw a lot of power shots, but he knows when to throw it. Once again, if you look at the Danny Garcia versus Zab Judah fight, which was another southpaw like Manny Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, he did very well. Danny Garcia did a really good job of taking away Zab Judah's best hand, his best punch, which is his left hand. So we already know what Manny Pacquiao's best punch is, right? That's right. It's his left hand. So Danny Garcia did a very good job of nullifying Zab Judah's left hand, and he could possibly do the same thing against Manny Pacquiao. If he can neutralize that punch, then Manny Pacquiao's in trouble. Manny Pacquiao will be in a whole lot of trouble. Not only that, but I believe Danny Garcia, he's going to have a height advantage. Danny Garcia does know how to use a jab. He does have some great lead right hands. We know that the lead right hand is what you want to use against a left-hand puncher. I do not believe that Manny Pacquiao has the same intelligence that a Mauricio Herrera does. And I definitely don't believe that he has the defense that Herrera has, which is all good news for a power-punching boxer like Danny Swift Garcia. Okay? But once again, Manny Pacquiao, he has his attributes as well. Manny Pacquiao, once again, he has the foot movement. He has the angles. He has the big left hand if he can land it. Okay? Both of these fights, would be excellent. I would love to see Pacquiao versus Maidana or Danny Garcia. Hopefully we get at least one of these fights. Okay? So I'll keep following the stories on the development of Manny Pacquiao finding the next opponent or his next opponent. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm on to the next one.